The moment she pulls back is the moment most men reveal who they really are. Not when she smiles, not when she texts first, not when she laughs at your jokes, not when she shows interest, when she pulls back. That is where the mask comes off. Because when a woman shows interest, almost every man feels confident. But when that same woman suddenly becomes quieter, slower to respond, more distant, or harder to read, something interesting happens. Some men panic, some men chase, some men overthink, some men become cold, some men start trying harder, and some men destroy everything that was working. If you've ever felt confused by this, you're not alone. A woman seemed interested. She looked at you differently. She responded warmly. She gave signs. She created momentum. Then suddenly something changed. The energy shifted. And now you're sitting there, asking yourself the question that has destroyed the peace of countless men. What happened? But here is the truth. Sometimes the wrong question creates the wrong behavior. Because the better question is not, what happened to her? The better question is, what happens to me when she pulls back? That is the real test. Most men focus on the woman's behavior. The mature man focuses on his own response, because her pulling back may mean many things. She may be busy. She may be cautious. She may be uncertain. She may be overwhelmed. She may be testing emotional space. She may be reevaluating. She may simply be living her life. But your reaction tells the entire story about your level of emotional control. A younger man often sees distance and immediately tries to eliminate it. A mature man sees distance and first observes it. That difference changes everything. Think about it. Why does a woman often feel safe around a calm older man? Because she senses he will not collapse the moment uncertainty appears. He does not need every interaction to move in a straight line. He understands something many men never learn. Attraction rarely moves in a straight line. People move forward. People move back. People become curious. People become cautious. People feel warm. People feel uncertain. This is normal human behavior. But men who are desperate for certainty often treat every small change like a crisis. And that creates pressure. Pressure is where attraction begins to suffocate. Imagine a woman shows interest. You talk, you connect. You share a few good conversations. Then she becomes quieter, not rude, not hostile, just different. Immediately, many men begin making mistakes. They send extra messages. They seek reassurance. They try to recreate the previous energy. They become emotionally louder. And without realizing it, they communicate something dangerous. They communicate that their peace depends on her consistency. A woman can feel that. And when she feels that, the energy changes, because now she is no longer interacting with a confident man. She is interacting with a man whose emotional balance depends on her behavior. That is a heavy burden. Most women do not want to carry that burden. The irony is painful. The very thing a man does to bring her closer often pushes her further away. Not because she enjoys games, not because she enjoys confusion, but because emotional pressure changes how she experiences him. A calm man feels safe. A pressured man feels exhausting. This is why the first thing you should do when she pulls back is absolutely nothing. Not forever, not as a strategy, not as manipulation, but as a moment of emotional discipline. Before you react, breathe. Before you text again, breathe. Before you create stories in your head, breathe. Before you assume rejection, breathe. Because the story you create during uncertainty often has very little connection to reality. Your mind begins filling in gaps. Maybe she's losing interest. Maybe she's talking to someone else. Maybe you said something wrong. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe she never liked you. And suddenly you're reacting to a movie that exists only inside your head. A mature man understands this. He knows uncertainty creates emotional noise, so he waits before responding to the noise. This is one of the hidden advantages older men can develop: patience. Not passive waiting, not weakness. Patience, the ability to observe before reacting, the ability to separate facts from fear, the ability to remain centered while information is incomplete. That skill is incredibly attractive because it reflects emotional strength. Most people can stay calm when everything goes their way. The real test is staying calm when things become unclear. And this is exactly where many women are quietly observing. They may never say it. But they notice. When distance appears, does he become needy? Does he become angry? Does he become passive-aggressive? Does he disappear to punish me? Does he suddenly become cold? Does he start demanding certainty? Or does he remain himself? That last question matters, because women are often less interested in your words than your emotional stability. Anyone can sound confident when receiving attention. Confidence becomes believable when attention becomes inconsistent. That is where character appears. A woman may pull back slightly and learn more about a man in 3 days than she learned in 3 weeks of good conversations, because pressure reveals people. Distance reveals people. Uncertainty reveals people. And the man who remains calm stands out immediately, not because he is pretending not to care, because he trusts himself. There is a massive difference. Pretending not to care is fear wearing a disguise. Trusting yourself is confidence. One is performance, the other is peace. Many men confuse the two. They think emotional control means becoming cold. So when she pulls back, they disappear emotionally. They stop being warm. They stop being kind. They become distant. They start trying to make her feel what they feel. This is another mistake, because now she is not seeing strength. She is seeing reactivity, just a different kind. A mature man does not punish uncertainty. He manages it. That is what quiet power looks like. Not chasing, not withdrawing dramatically, not forcing clarity, not creating drama. Simply remaining grounded while the situation reveals itself. And that is much harder than it sounds, because uncertainty attacks the ego. The ego wants answers immediately. The ego wants reassurance immediately. The ego wants certainty immediately. But real confidence can tolerate unanswered questions for a little while. That patience changes how women experience you. Instead of feeling pressure from you, they feel space. Instead of feeling managed, they feel respected. Instead of feeling chased, they feel free. And freedom often creates more curiosity than pressure ever will, because people naturally move towards spaces where they can breathe, not spaces where they feel emotionally cornered. The next thing you must understand is that a woman pulling back does not automatically mean something is wrong. This belief alone destroys countless opportunities. Many men treat distance like evidence, but distance is often just information. Information should be observed, not immediately feared. A mature man looks for patterns, not moments. One quiet day means very little. One slower response means very little. One emotional shift means very little. Pros matter, consistency matters, repeated behavior matters. This is why emotionally disciplined men make better decisions. They evaluate patterns. Emotionally reactive men evaluate moments, and moments are often misleading. The man who reacts to every emotional wave eventually exhausts himself. The man who studies the overall pattern remains calm, and calm men make better choices, because calm creates clarity, and clarity protects dignity.